Alright, here we are, back again, Ishinigami, and I'm here to bring you, again, the more full frontal thing of what has happened here with the man Sam Wilson. So, let's take a look here at what is going on. It is pretty fun, and pretty wild, but it all makes sense when you listen to it. So, take a listen.
Captain America represents a lot of different things, and I don't think the term, America should be one of those representations. Like, it's about a man who keeps his word, who has honor, dignity, and integrity. Someone who is trustworthy and dependable. It's kind of, this is kind of like an aspect of a dream coming true. When I was a kid, all of us as actors, I believe, want to get back to that day before someone told you no. When you look out your door and you see a 5-year-old kid with a stick and he's slaying dragons to save the princess in the tower, that kid really believes there are dragons out there. That stick is really a sword and he's really trying to save that princess. And then one day, somebody told him, no, there are no dragons, that's not a sword, and that princess is not there. And all of his little dreams were dashed. So, as an actor, I feel like our job is to get back to the day where we see that dragon and we slay that dragon to save that princess. And that's kind of what this movie was for me. For me,
Yeah, you say that. But first, and then Mackie says that Captain America shouldn't represent America. Then he says that race doesn't matter and kids should look up to heroes for characters, but also that black kids need a black Captain America. A little bit of a confusing situation to have here, right? And as we continue on, there are multiple things, right? This is what happens when you don't have Captain America in a Captain America movie. I cannot represent American government. The president does that. I represent the American people, Captain America. It's like all of this comes on the cusp of the fact that he doesn't like Donald Trump and his whole political views of like, hey, America isn't what it is right now and what it should be. But I'm gonna fucking diss America and say, hey, the values that we hold true and dear are not American, right? Like, get the fuck out of here. So, a Captain America movie where the lead says that America isn't necessarily the one thing that Cap should represent. So I'm gonna plant my flag here one more time, and Steve Rogers is Captain America. A lot of people standing by that belief that Sam Wilson is not Captain America, Steve Rogers is Captain America, because it's not a bigoted view, it's not it's just the fact that this motherfucker continues to lambast and harpoon so many people about their fucking belief that no, Captain America is Steve Rogers. Sam Wilson is the Falcon, okay? And the more that we fucking go about this, it's just fucking ridiculous, okay? As we see, he's not saying Captain America is an American. He's saying that character embodies the characteristics of America: honor, integrity, dignity. If you describe America ideals, you wouldn't say America, morons. Obviously, this person, I fucking reposted this one because it's just like, what the fuck are you saying? It's like, no, America represents these fucking ideals of honor, integrity, dignity, okay? It's just that the most scum of Americans show that fucking characteristic in full display, okay? But you trying to make this whole fucking point about, hey, Americans are not honorable, they're not integrity, they don't have any dignity. It's like, no, okay? The vast majority of Americans do hold that fucking stance. It's just you're trying to fucking skew the opinion in your fucking favor. As it is, that's what's fucking going on right now in the world of fucking fucking media, but it's not the most common thing that fucking Sam Wilson has ever said, and he's not usually this fucking unhinged, and he was probably catering to an audience that he was playing to, but it can't help but be said. It's just like, dude, you fucked up majorly by trying to say, hey, Captain America doesn't represent America. It's like, what are you on, bro? His name is fucking Captain America. He should be the fucking thing of honor, dignity, and fucking ideals. But you're fucking denying the fact that he has any of those qualifications. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, I'm not gonna fucking want to support your film at any fucking case at that point, because you're dissing America so hard. It's just like, hey, if you don't like America, go to Canada, go to the UK, go to the fucking European Union. I don't give a shit at this point. But you seem to not like America, so get the fuck out of the US if you're so in disgust about it, okay? I may know that you don't like Donald Trump, but that shouldn't be grounds on to be like, hey, fuck America. All of a sudden, this place is just pig style, it's just disgraceful, it's unhonorable. No, okay? Don't start that shit, okay? We already have enough fucking bad publicity and enough bad apples in our fucking sphere to have to deal with that. But you going on about the whole thing of, hey, America is just dog shit because, the prejudice or whatever. It's like, are they? Or are you trying to form a, you're forming a kind of schism that just in there. But that's just my opinion. They shouldn't have got me signing out. Yeah, have a good night, good evening, and good morning. I'll see you next time. Adios. Alright, I'm just trying to capture here the little part that I fucking missed last time. So yeah, so this was Anthony Mackie's response on IG, Instagram, of the whole backlash of him saying that Captain America doesn't represent America. I wouldn't doubt that after an hour after he fucking said this, fucking Marvel executives directly told him, hey, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? Do damage control, because this is not acceptable. So, this is what he fucking says.
Here on his Instagram story. Let me be clear about this. What he's really saying is, hey, I really fucked up. I wasn't supposed to say that, and now I have people breathing down my neck, Marvel telling me we need to fix this. I'm a proud American, and taking on the shield of a hero like Cap, like Captain America, is the honor of a lifetime. I have the utmost respect for those who serve and have served our country. Cap has universal characteristics that people all over the world can relate to. And I don't really disagree with anything he's saying here. However, the key point is that Captain America is about American values and traditions and ideals, right? Those are the universal values. Those things are associated with America.
Especially
that doesn't mean that, well, if some president's in there that I don't like, well, I don't. This doesn't represent America. Or if the voting doesn't go the way I want, oh, well, he doesn't represent America. No, he absolutely fucking does. And people need to understand that. You need to understand that, of all people. This was a terrible fucking answer. And honestly, I don't know how to feel about this statement. Certainly, it's the right thing to come out and try to clarify what you said. I think it's because of the backlash, right? I think if no one had said anything about this, no one had got upset about this, he would have no need to put out a clarifying statement. So I don't truly know what Anthony Mackie feels. Does he feel like Captain America that's not representative of America? That's not what it is. It's about all these other good things that I don't associate with America. It's fine to say that some of these things are universal values, but the America part is interconnected to it. It's a massive part of the character, shockingly, called Captain America. There's no doubt that this is damage control, that this is a hit the panic button. Because of the reaction this got, this did go viral. This transcended just the nerd geek space. Is being talked about by so many people because Captain America is a very important character. Not just because he's black or he's white. It's because he's Captain America. He's not Captain World. He's not Captain Europe. He's not Captain Australia. He's not Captain Universal Ideas. He's Captain fucking America. That is important. And regardless of whether you agree with the direction the country's currently headed in, majority of Americans do, by the way, but regardless of whether you voted for the person who's president now, whether you disagree with that, we are talking about American tradition, American values. That's what this is. And Anthony Mackie really fucking stepped in it today to the point where they didn't even wait 24 hours. They came out very quickly with a damage control statement for this movie that already is predicted to be a massive total failure for them. Try to do as much as they can to mitigate damage, but in some ways the damage may already be done. What do you guys think about this?
Yeah, and like just taking that solely off of what is being said, it's just like, how does anybody want to support this film, right? Because they've already dissed 65% of the audience base in that fucking demographic, and then to try and like reel it back and be like, oh, we're patriotic, guys, don't worry, we still support the American people. It's like, how am I supposed to fucking believe that? Okay, after all the fucking shit you put us through, and all the criticism, oh, we didn't like the Marvels, we didn't like the Eternals, we didn't like certain films, whatever, Shang-Chi or whatever, and stuff like that. But guess what? Spider-Man No Way Home definitely made a bunch of money. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 definitely made a bunch of money. That wasn't because we were bigoted, that wasn't because we were fucking racist or whatever fucking thing like that. Like, yo, because they were good movies. Guess what? Deadpool and Wolverine made a bunch of fucking money because they catered to the comic audiences. But all this just fucking culminates in just a wild differentiation that is just like, if you appeal to the audience that you would like to gain, you will definitely make your money back. But if you're gonna fucking make fun of the audience and also try and make the money off of them, you're not gonna make the money back, because you're making fun of them while also trying to beg them and plead them. Hey, please give me your money because I'm very much in need of it. But it's just like, oh, I'm also gonna make fun of your delusions, your fantasies that you have in order to make my money. It's like, why would anybody want to support that? Okay, like, ultimately, I think the whole thing with Anthony Mackie and this whole fucking new wave of DEI bullshit is definitely taking a turn downhill, and they're starting to find a way to be like, okay, well, we have to course correct at some point, and this is going to be the film that's going to have to take the nosedive, obviously, because the Thunderbolts doesn't have that same kind of representation, but Captain Black African American definitely does have that representation that we have to try and pivot and fix, because we've already offended some people of the fan base. It's like, if you just made a fucking good film, nobody would have any complaints. But you went from Captain America Serpent Society to Captain America New World Order to Captain America Brave New World, and it's just like, okay, you clearly don't have a vision, a philosophy that you want to start going towards for these films. You're just gonna start making bullshit up, and even though these concepts and ideas did exist in the comic books, you're not following through as well as you should be, okay? Because then the fucking story starts looking fragmented, okay? And as it is with Sam Wilson, we don't have no fucking origin story. We have bits and pieces of him being a military personnel that had a brother die in combat with the experimentation of the Falcon suit, okay? That's the most that we have for fucking origin story of Sam Wilson, okay? Not docking him, not saying that he's any worse or whatever, but MCU Marvel has not given enough depth for this character. And for anybody else to start complaining and being like, well, he definitely is a main character. No, the fuck he's not, okay? He's always been a side character, okay? And Marvel has not given that enough credence to give him enough more lore, all right? Fucking Bucky Barnes is the one that had much more lore and backstory and redemption contributing to his fucking character. But they skipped over that because, hey, diversity and inclusion was the forefront of their fucking ideas, especially when fucking Biden was in play. And all that after 2019, which, how many movies do they have fucking make a profit? Let me think. Sony. Right, adding in another segment. I know it's a longer video than y'all might have expected, but hey, Captain America, Brave New World will not be as profitable as some may think. And as it is, they already had to go through 3 fucking reshoots. Confirmed. And then, on top of that, we also have reports from the other Marvel films that, that, you know, had to be disclosed over there from the Britons, right? Where first they were reporting, oh, you know, it was only 180, it was only 200 million to make, and then lo and behold, it didn't actually cost that little. It was way more than that, usually double. And it's already been way more extreme than it has been in the past with how expensive the MCU movies are becoming. I mean, I'm not going to take their word for it to say that Brave New World is only costing 180 million. Even though we know they had a reshoot confirmed twice, and at least 3, because remember, it was supposed to be Captain America, New World Order, but then that kind of seemed a little too Illuminati-ish, I guess you could say, and so they were like, oh, let's just change the name. So then it became Brave New World. It's like, is it really that different? I don't think so. But as we will see here, Captain America Brave New World's budget is way less than original rumors. And again, I don't trust what these fucking people are saying on this site. Miss Ishita Verma. They say this is a good thing, but hell no, it's not. And especially out of all the other Marvel personnel that have quietly been leaking information, yeah, no, they're trying to pivot, but also way too fucking expensive for these movies. Captain America Brave New World spent less than 200 million on filming. Again, bullshit, and they will never disclose that because they filmed in Georgia, and they don't have to, you know, show any of that tax documents. Meanwhile, over across the pond, that is one of the benefits that we do have of them having to tell us, oh, you know, this film costs this much or whatever. And as you look at it, they're saying it only cost 180 when it should have been around 275 mil. And then the budget was estimated around 350 million, including the cost of reshoots, which again, I call huge fucking doubt on that. And again, we will show, because when they first were reporting stuff like this for Multiverse of Madness, the Marvels, Quantumania, right? They were like, oh, it only cost us 200 to 180 to 150 million, right? And then years later, after the fucking taxes have been revealed, guess what? That whole thing cost $414 million in budget. Way over the fucking 200 and 300 million estimated. And also, they had reshoots too. So you start to see a little bit of a trend, right? They have reshoots. The actual budget comes out 400, 300 million, right? So for them to be like, no, we only spent $180 million. I call big fucking fib. And so when it was previously looked at, it was like, oh, it made a good profit. Really? Now you're looking at it, 414 million taken out of the 677 million, not to include advertising, which is another 150 million for sure. Yeah, again, they also had the fucking Super Bowl spot, I believe. So I don't think they made that much of a profit off of this one. This was one of their slightly profitable ones, but oh, look, I didn't even look at the right one. Not that one. This one. Bup. Yeah, they didn't make as much as they were hoping for. Where if the budget was where they had said it was, which was 200, I think 218 to 190, yeah, they would have easily made 700 mil, but they didn't. They fucked up and they lied, trying to save face, being like, no, we didn't. It didn't cost that much. Same thing with Forbes outing them, right? Where they were saying, oh, you know, we definitely are going to make a profit off of this film. Did you? Marvel's actual budget leaks 378 mil, nearly 300 million in losses, and that one didn't even break the whole 200 million mark. Disney's fiscal year ends September, so we're getting a rush of film tax credit information filings. One of those filings has leaked, and it shows that the Marvels lost a lot more money than first hinted at. The figure is now at around right there, but the Marvels cost 378 million to produce, easily making it one of the most expensive movies ever made. The reported final budget was somewhere around 270, obviously after the tax cut. This still means that they were off by a whopping 100 mil, because they did not make their money. Marvels was the first ever MCU to not cross 100 million mark, so yeah, my bad. It only reached 83 million, and that's fucking sad. See, and they had a bunch of reshoots, and then look how much it actually turned out to be. Lastly, and finally, Ant-Man Quantumania, on top of replacing the fucking... They didn't have to replace her. Right, they could have had the same chick, and as it is, she fucking was aging properly. But, oh, whatever, you know. Scott's daughter didn't need to be taken out. As we continue, it was originally made a profit despite being a box office flop, says here. They're saying that it was actually, although it earned 476 million at the box office, the budget was, again, 388 million. So not what they were saying, the whole 150 million originally being reported. So just take that into consideration with this Captain America Brave New World and really think, are they telling us the truth on how much this actually costs? And look, Ishta again, fucking same chick from this one who was fucking thinking that, oh, you know, Captain America, yeah, he's totally gonna make profit off this one. No. Okay, as it is, as we went over earlier, you already had Anthony Mackie making a fucking mistake by saying, America, yeah, that doesn't represent Captain America. So it's just ridiculous. It's like, it's just ridiculous on the lengths that these people will go. And even though he was in Italy, and you know, maybe he's just playing up to that crowd, because usually Anthony Mackie isn't this. He's not like Rachel Zegler usually. So that's why it's a little bit shocking that he did say that. But bro, if you wanted people to not see your film, you really made it easy for them to decide now. Because again, Captain America, it's in the name, and you don't represent America. Oof, big oof. But what do I know? I'm just some guy. I'm just some guy here ranting about the fucking pop culture stuff, and some black guy that's playing Captain America. His name is fucking Clarence. You know, but with that being said, don't trust what they say, and I'm gonna hop back into the other portion of the film segment, whatever the fuck. Bye. Let me think. Sony, Spider-Man, No Way Home, and yeah, fucking Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. One of them was a Sony project, and then one of them was fucking James Gunn, who ended up fucking leaving to fucking DC. So, you tell me, how much does fucking Marvel actually have a grasp on any of this fucking shit? I wouldn't say very much. But with that being said, he shouldn't got me signing out. I don't have much faith in all this stuff and his fucking piss poor fucking apology about, you know, Captain America. Oh, it does represent this and that. Nah, I mean, you said what you said. And even if you were speaking to a foreign audience, you shouldn't have been disrespecting America in such a way that made us look such like dog shit. Because you don't appreciate, or you don't, want to, conform that our president or whoever is in office right now, right? Oh, America isn't where we should be at because of the president or whatever. It's like the American values that George Washington stood by, that Thomas Jefferson stood by, that the founding fathers stood by, right? Those are the values of America. Okay, stop trying to go off of what fucking modern interpretation is. Okay, what the founding fathers had set forth is what America is based off of. And for you to try and contort it and twist it in some kind of fucked up way, it's just sad. But hey, Captain America is Steve Rogers. Sam Wilson is the Falcon. And I would say this fucking statement, this movie and all that stuff just proves it even more, okay? Steve Rogers is Captain America, and Sam Wilson is the Falcon. And the way that it's shown in these movies and shows and all that stuff is just... What else could I believe, guys? Because fucking Sam Wilson doesn't believe that America is representative of all these ideals. So I'm just going to go back off the guy that actually did. Fucking Captain America, Steve Rogers, right? So, with that being said, hey, Shinigami signing out. Y'all have a good night, good evening, and good morning. See you next time. Bye.